This will be our last 1950s sci-fi upload for now. I only intended to cover 50 to 55 for now. And let's close with the prominent and pronounced, sometimes respected, sometimes disdained, 1955 film adaptation of Nigel Neal's The Quatermass Experiment. Known for its condensation of the original serial screenplay, the casting of American actor Brian Donlevy as Bernard Quatermass, the more straightforward horror tone, and for being an incredibly above-average 1950s sci-fi horror film otherwise, The Quatermass Experiment, directed by Val Guest, is the most visually complete, save for a 2005 teleplay recreation, adaptation of Neal's original Quatermass tale, given the lack of preservation of episodes 3 to 6 for the 6-part broadcast. The audio is available, the visuals are not, tragically. I actually find this film to be very entertaining, especially taking it for what it is. Yes, it is not true to Neal's original tone. Donlevy's Quatermass, who sounds American and really may as well be, is a brutish, jaded detective of a genius scientist. He certainly knows his stuff, although he's prone to dark humour and infamously electrocutes the mutated Karun at the film's climax, whereas in the original teleplay, Quatermass had to talk it into taking its own life, still always hesitant to actively murder the apocalyptic threat. Rather nice cinematography, powerful and entertaining horror component, and I do really like Donlevy's performance when willfully forgetting, ignoring its association with a more sensible, measured man composed by Nigel Neal. He can be extraordinarily entertaining. Certainly one of the best of the 1950s sci-fi films discussed on this program between 50 and 55 in terms of technical filmmaking prowess, the screenwriting merits, and its enjoyable performances. Val Guest directed his actors to speak as if thinking out loud in the moment and to not worry about not speaking over each other, to stress an illusion of urgency to the events. The film script more or less begins where the second episode of the 6-part teleplay serial is concluding, although is in the country rather than a London couple's abode, where Quatermass's experimental rocket, the first ever manned rocket flight into space, has abruptly landed. There are other differences. For example, I noted that Quatermass had launched the rocket without permission, which does not remotely seem a thing that Reginald Tate's Quatermass, as penned by Neal, would have done. Again, another example of how Donlevy's Professor Quatermass is distinct. Judith Carroon's role is extremely narrowed, and Victor Carroon does not appear to hold the memories of the other two astronauts as he was supposed to in the original piece. Still, I would highly recommend this film. To those who do not enjoy this genre, still see how you go, but I think this is very well done. Now, do let me know what you think. Nay or yay, 1955's The Quatermass Experiment. Thank you for indulging me for this 1950s sci-fi 50 to 55 journey. We will be pausing this until maybe even February, who even knows. Anyway, I think this will do. Have a most excellent day, night, wherever you are.